Hey everybody, and greetings programs. It's the Review Revolution, back at you again with the next in the Series 1 Disney and Spin Master Tron Legacy figures. Tron Legacy. Coming up on the 17th. Really excited. This is like Iron Man big for me, guys. This is like the next big movie I've been waiting to see. Very cool. Today we are taking a look at the Deluxe Black Guard, the foot soldiers, or the stormtroopers for Clue in the movie. I guess standard packaging for these deluxe figures, but the packaging is actually really cool. I guess, I didn't talk about it a lot with Clue, but just to kind of give you a quick look, I mean, of course, we have the Tron Legacy logo with kind of the neon light, and got the Disney logo up at the top, again, kind of in that neon blue color, very indicative of Tron. And on the one side, it's, again, very blue, very, kind of monotone blue color. When you move over to the figure, there's the radiating light, and radiating colors coming from the back of figures seems to be kind of a trend lately. But I like how it seems to start yellow in the back, become green, and then fade into the blue with the rest of the card. That's actually really cool. So very nice packaging, very nice card. If you'd like to keep your figures in pack, these are nice display pieces, actually. I could really see some folks buying multiples of these just to keep them in pack. I would probably buy multiples of the Black Guard because he's an army builder. So, yeah, there's the picture of him from the movie. The Try Me button, which all the Tron figures have. And I gotta say, when this is the last figure on the peg, you cringe when you look at the fact that there's a Try Me button. Last figure, no. But this one was okay. This one was okay. On the back, we've got the Black Guard, and of course, bullet points as to what he actually comes with, which is kind of an interesting idea. First of all, it talks about his figures. They light up. He has wings, and he's fully articulated. We'll see about that. It said the same thing for Clue, and because of the gimmick on his face, the head was not articulated. So fully articulated was a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see on the Black Guard. It contains the Black Guard, of course, one identity disc, 2 batons, and 1 user instruction guide. The user instruction guide. Other figures are, of course, Sam Flynn, Clue that we've already done, Tron, a.k.a. Rinsler. That's what I believe. And then, of course, the Black Guard. Minus the wings. So, Black Guard. The Black Guard are Clue's elite special forces. Their physical and fighting skills are unmatched in the world. Behind their fearsome, faceless masks that carry out Clue's iron will over the inhabitants of Tron City. Discover the world of Tron at www.disney.com/Tron. And then a lot of stuff about copyrights and notices and manufacturers and customer care numbers. But, yeah, real interesting character. I went back through Tron Betrayal to kind of see if the Black Guard was ever portrayed before Clue's kind of, his takeover of the grid, and I didn't really see him. So I have to kind of wonder if the Black Guard are in fact like the police officers of the grid that Clue turned into as stormtroopers. If they were already there, if maybe their existing security program that Clue augmented or somehow added to their program, or if in fact these are completely new programs that Clue actually wrote himself. Programs writing programs. I don't know. It's one of those things where you have to always remember that in the world of Tron, the characters that we're seeing are programs. These are programs that are running. So, who wrote these programs? Who wrote the Black Guard programs to service Clue? Some mysterious Sith the Jedi Council didn't know about? Who knows? But we may have to wait for the movie on the answer to that one. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and pop the black Gaurd open and have some fun. Be right back. Alrighty, we're back, and we've got the black Gaurd out of his pack. And again, considering this is Series 1, if there is a Series 2 on the drawing board, and one that we may get around the time of the movie's actual release, maybe with Flynn and maybe the Sirens, maybe, who knows, I'm hoping that they take time to kind of step in and make a few improvements, because Spin Master's done pretty well with these figures so far. A couple of things they need to do some improvement on. The black Gaurd is better than Clue, but still far from perfect. Still leaves a lot to be desired. First off, taking a look at the figure, sculpting is incredible. Great interpretation of the soldiers. Look really good. Actually come numbered. It's got the sculpt on the bottom of the foot. Again, I always like seeing the sculpting on the bottom of feet. I always think that's pretty nice. No place for any kind of base. So if you have any kind of spare bases, looks as though that unfortunately the 7-inch figures, and again, that's something I want to point out, these are a little bit bigger than what you get from Marvel Legends or DC Classics. But just the same, yeah, if you want to try and put them on bases, they're not going to fit on anything. But really cool, really nice. I love how they have kind of the design of these black Gaurds. You know, I got the nubs on the legs, the vents on the back of his calf, even the vents here on his elbows. And those are really cool. The face, taking a look at the face. Now, one thing I think is interesting, you see he's got the antenna there and the hose there. One thing, though, I think is very interesting is that when you look at the black Gaurd, on either side of his face, he has almost kind of the round gas mask sculpting, very much like the shock troopers that Sark had working for the MCP. So, even though it's something where you may not have really thought about it, or it might not have occurred to you, yeah, subconsciously they're definitely kind of making you think of the old bad guys, the old shock troopers from the first movie. See, they're being sneaky. In the way of his articulation, as I said, it's better, not perfect. The head will turn. Very tight joint. It's only on a hinge, which is a bit of a shame, because when you see a figure that's this size, it's one thing that Mattel's kind of been letting me down on, or letting us down on even, is that there's no ball joint on the head. And I don't see any reason why not. I mean, the hose here I don't think would make that big of an impact on the articulation. But it is better than Clue. So, gets points for that. On the shoulder, does come up and out. Twist of the bicep, elbow, wrist. And you can see that on the underside of the arms and the hands has that same kind of hex pattern of the bodysuit. Oh, tripped off the gimmick. Guess let me go back here. Just like with Clue, he's got the switch, which switch it down, nothing happens. Switch it on, light up. Almost like Christmas. But let's turn it off here. On the torso, again, because of the gimmick, no articulation whatsoever in the torso. I can forgive that. I understand. Again, I think Disney probably had some say-so in saying that it had to do something for keep the kids' attention, basically. The legs. Now, the legs have kind of this ball joint on them, so they do twist, like so, but they're kind of on a V-cut inside. So they don't really go forward or out, or forward or back or out, in or out necessarily. It's just more like a standard V-cut that you would see. And for a figure this size and with that kind of joint on there, it's a little disappointing, I have to say. I think that that's an area Spin Master really kind of missed. It's an opportunity that was really missed. The knee, much better bend on the knee than Clue had, so points for him there. The foot does twist, but no hinge. So, no hinge on the knee, needs better articulation on the legs, and then the ball joint on the head, I think are the three areas that if there is a Series 2, guys, please, kind of take some extra time, do some work on it. Now, one thing that I've already done is I've already put his identity disc on his back, which, just to get in there and pop it back off, it's the same kind of identity disc that Clue had. As a matter of fact, I'm looking like it's probably even the same color. It might be the exact same thing, coming off the same line. But just like with all the other Tron characters, it does fit into his hand. Some more than others, I suppose. Come on now. Well, maybe not so well. Ooh, that's a little disappointing. I can't quite get his disc in his hand. Well, in that case, then it's just going right back on his back. So, there. The Black Guard also comes with 2 batons. So he could be riding his light cycle and then, taking chops out with his katana. Only problem is that in this case, it's just the baton. There is no katana blade. So it's kind of boring because it's just these 2 batons. I'm not all that excited about it. If you look at the underside of his elbow or his forearm here, there looks almost like there's a peg piece here, but there's no way the baton is actually going to fit on. So these are just going to fall in my accessory box and probably never see the light of day again. What a letdown. Now on his wings. Cool design on the wings. And different than I think most people would probably expect for a figure with wings. First off, the pack is actually split into 2 halves, which when you put it together, like so, it's really cool. Got the extra sculpting along the wing joints. A little bit more than I think most people would have expected. It has the same kind of hex pattern that the underside of the bodysuit has, and you can probably tell it is a little translucent. The way they work is here on the back, not far from the power switch, which we'll turn back on. The one piece here, oops, there we go. The one piece here had a little kind of hook that hooks in there, and then a peg that just presses up into the body. Take it, hook it in, and then peg in place. Neat design, I gotta say. It's actually really cool. And once it's on there, it really kind of it completes the back of the figure. I mean, it looks really, really good. It's just a shame that once you've got the wings on, you can't take the disc off or put it back on. So that, I think, is the only other drawback, is that, yeah, once the wings are in place, that disc is staying where it is. But overall, I'd say the Black Guard, great character, great figure. Again, I'd like to get about 2 or 3 more of these to put with Clue on display. I think they're fantastic. And give it one more look at the gimmick. There you go. Hope you guys had fun. Rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.